Shadow on the track. Let's get it. I'm a rock star type nigga, fucks bad bitches. See me in the drop 'cause I stay.
Welcome back. It's your boys here. You thought I forgot about that. Oh yeah. You thought I forgot about that. If you're some okay. Alrighty. Welcome back everybody to your boys here at M.A.S Media Network.
What's good, y'all? What up?
All right. So move this. Let us get going on today's topic. All right. So if you guys don't know, your boys here at M.A.S Media, we are the makers of. I wouldn't even know where to pinpoint us. I don't know if we even really have a tagline. We're all about self-improvement, mainly for our male counterparts out there. And I think from time to time, I think we forget to, just give our viewers a little bit of an insight as to, sort of, as opposed to our names and whatnot, which we will do shortly. Just sort of who we are and what we're exactly working towards with this network that we are creating. All right. So before, what do they usually say? Without further ado, let us introduce ourselves. Me first and foremost. I am Qfusion, not K. Okay, please do not get it confused. I am Qfusion. All right, proud owner of the Qfusion Reacts channel, and also co-host of M.A.S Media. I'll let my co-host introduce himself as well.
Yeah, what's good, y'all? It's Dubble A.Heff here. Y'all already know what the deal is. I host my own channel, Dubble A.Heff. The name of the show is The True Scope. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to all the subscribers to the True Scope and also to Qfusion Reacts. Thank you for all the support.
All right, guys. So yeah, a lot of you guys who are viewing us, by looking away at the metrics, we noticed that a lot of you guys are in the shadow watchers. So if you don't know what an in the shadow watcher, we like to group you guys as, because I'm sure there's a host of y'all that obviously don't like what we say, and you kind of click on for a couple minutes and then you take your talents elsewhere. But for the majority that I like to think have built a home watching some of our more interesting content, it does not hurt. Right. So this allows us to continue doing what we're doing and progressing in the way that we intend to. And the only way that we're able to get into that Facebook algorithm is if you guys make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to all of our channels here at the network, just so that way we can ensure to get this beautiful magic out to the masses. All right. Speaking of magic and the lack thereof, we have an individual on the screen. If you guys do not know her, her name is Brittany Renner. She is someone who has took the the platforms of all persuasions by storm, by way of her interesting takes on female and male dynamics. She is a harlot. I mean, she is someone who has utilized her beauty as a sort of a bouncing board to put her in some very interesting rooms with some very interesting people. All right. So she is a single mother, and she has had some very controversial takes, for lack of a better term, over the last couple of months. And one of them that I came across the other day by way of watching a podcast was her talking about submission. And it's quite frankly to say that she has absolutely no idea what submission looks like. But alas, I detest. I definitely want to get into what she believes submission looks like. Right? Before I start, my co-host, do you have anything that you would like to expound on?
I mean, just a little more context about Brittany Renner for those who don't know. She's most notable for the whole PJ Washington baby thing.
Yes.
Because PJ Washington's an NBA player, and he made a cardinal mistake. He made a cardinal mistake, so this is going to be like a this is going to be a doozy because I want to approach it from the 2-dimensional level and from the 3-dimensional level. That way, brothers can understand like how they move, how these harlots, like my co-host so eloquently put, are moving, and that way we can avoid these pitfalls. Because again, keeping the context that she latched onto a baller, and
6 years younger than her.
Yep. And basically took advantage of this dude, basically like a Lala and Carmelo kind of a thing. Because Carmelo is way more of a star than Lala has ever been and will ever be, even though she was on Power. And so the same thing. So yeah, keep that in mind when you hear what she's saying, all these crazy things. So.
And sorry, and I thank you for providing that additional comment. I think something too to cap off. She is the champion, and she has since sort of tried to backtrack, then sort of embrace. I think this is another part of her sort of embracing the villain that she likes to talk about, as far as the past comments that she's made about how athletes are stupid. If you really want to catch you an athlete, do XYZ. Here are some of the ways to go about it. So this woman is a professional harlot, and now she's going on this tour, trying to get everybody to believe that she is someone that is to be respected, and that she is someone that simply is just looking for someone to love. Right. And and all, while the optics are just really not in her favor, she again has the pulpit, because again she is an attractive woman, and I'm not going to be one of those guys that that a physically attractive woman, I should say. I'm not going to be one of those guys that's like, oh no, she's talking about ugly, what I'm saying? I'm an incel. Oh god, she's disgusting, grimy. Oh.
Yeah, but she's I'm not an incel, obviously, but I don't.
No, I'm not saying
all that.
I'm not saying she is. Who is somebody I would consider to be?
There's WNBA players that look better than her.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I really, she's no Skylar Diggins in my eyes.
Oh man, Skylar Diggins.
Ooh. Yeah. So, but I'm saying, like, as far as on the tier of being an Instagram model, quote unquote, she's a fairly attractive woman. I'm not surprised that she locked a mindless PJ Washington into her midst. But alas, I digress. Let us watch what the harlot has to say.
It's painfully obvious why men love the idea of a submissive woman. Submissive, per its definition, is ready to conform to the authority. Why men love obvious. It's painfully obvious why men love the idea of a submissive woman. Submissive, per definition, is ready to conform to the authority will of others. The prefix sub means under.
It's the chuckle for me. It's the chuckle. It is the chuckle for me. Like, oh man.
Think of subpar, submarine. In short, your world is under his. Now there seems to be a theme here. Good girls versus bad girls. A lock that can be opened with many keys is a broken lock. And if you can't submit to a man, you're gonna die alone. So my question to men is, do you want perfect poly? A puppet? A prisoner? Or a partner who has no problem overtly challenging you? King treatment?
Oh, stop.
And knowing your...
So, it's interesting. And that's how you know that people are dense and they're not deep, even though they try to portray themselves as being deep. She just set up this dichotomy where it's like you're going to get poly or you're going to get someone that's going to openly object to you. Mm-hmm. But if those are the options, then I'm going with poly. You know what I'm saying? You think as a woman that you can't be more nuanced than that you aren't more nuanced than that, and even look, many of these chicks out here, they get it twisted, because again, it's not just one or the other. It's, hey, we can have a disagreement. You can have objections, of course, but it's also how you go about it. I mean, at the end of the day, look at any successful business or successful corporation, for that matter. You don't just see freaking management just barking up to senior management, you know, at the round table. You know what I mean? Or just walking through the hallways. You know, you don't see that. You know, there are back and forths that go on, of course, but they go on in a much more professional, polished way. Now, if you, like she said, openly object and all sort of stuff, then yeah, you understand.
Overtly challenging.
Yeah, overtly challenging. Like, no, that says that you have way too much masculine energy and bravado. And no. So again, now if y'all chicks out there, you want to put yourself into that dichotomy, that small box where it's either you're poly or either you're going to be outwardly objective, like I think you just said, then you know what? Knock yourself out. But you're selling yourself short because there's, like, again, it's way more nuance than that.
So, what I want to do is I want to finish this out. Thank you for that. I definitely want to get the rest of this nonsense out, and then I'll give my take after that.
Partner's love languages, that's one thing. Being submissive is a whole nother thing. It's its own thing. If you find yourself abandoning your wants, needs, desires to make something work, I'm here to tell you, it was never a match to begin with.
That's not true.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna need this to pause. I want to actually go back to, because this heathen is deplorable. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. This oh gosh, she brings the worst out of me. What I will say is this. So I think she is. If what I'm first going to do is speak on her. I think at this point in her life, I think she is understood that she has put herself in a unwinnable position. I think she understands sort of where she fits right now on the sexual marketplace, the dating marketplace, and I think right now she's leaning into the villain character, right? Because honestly, if you watch her, right, if you watched her in some of the earlier part of her tour, so to speak, you know what I mean? There was just a completely different energy, bro. So I think at this point she's realized that route, the holier than thou route, it's not going to get her the clicks and the mentions and the things of nature that she needs to keep providing for this baby. Because let's quite frank, PJ wants no parts of her. So you know, financially, I think she understood that. You know what? I think I just gotta, you know, because this is how she protected herself. I don't want to say protected, but this is how she sort of buffered her position when she was talking about the athlete and all that. She said on Academics podcast, she mentioned like, hey, look, you know, at that point in my life, you know, I realized that, and I'm paraphrasing, that when I got into, once I put that video out, I understood that there was no coming back from that. So I either had one or two positions. I could either apologize or I could just lean in. And I chose to lean in to the villain role because I was already going to be denigrated as such. And it provided me a ton of opportunities as to where I am today. And then I say to that this. Men, if you're listening to anything that me or my co-hosts say over the course of our many episodes at our time here on the intranet, on Al Gore's internet, I say to you this: stay away from heathens such as this, right? Stay away from women that share this with some sense of virtue and some sorts of new profound deepness, as my co-host mentioned, you know, some depth, you know what I mean, to show that, oh yes, I have unlocked the secrets of life. Please do me a favor, right? Just roll your eyes and say to yourself, it's done. Like this woman is cooked, and you can see in her face that the trials and tribulations of time have done a very interesting whirl on her psyche, to the extent to where she is literally focusing on extremes. Do you either want to be with a woman that is just like a docile dog, or do you want to be with someone that will overtly challenge you? Where in God's name have we not come to a point in the world where we can have conversations about nuance? I understand that having gray matter conversations are sort of redundant, but at some token, you guys, if you're going to give us talking points back, guys and like myself and my co-host, you guys got to stop talking about the extremes, the outliers. Like no man is looking for a woman to put a collar on her neck and to be walking her around and treating her like she is a fucking submissive. Like we are not some Fortune 500, denigrant that wants to be, that's into some nasty subservient behavior like this. Like this is insane. Like the image, and this is how you know women are emotional, because the picture that they draw for themselves is like a grandiose, sort of orchestra of pain and destruction, right? With one word, my good friend, with one word, they create this whole story of disgust and like devilry and sort of like how dare he even think I'm somebody that is of that caliber to be treated as such? How have we gone so far from the Bible and all these different these different works of religion, to the point where words of beauty, words that were looked at as something to be upheld, are now looked at as, oh no, I know the real word. I know the real word. The real word means that I'm beneath him. I'm the shoe. I'm the scum under his foot. I am the dirt between his toenails. Like where do we get to this point?
I mean, to be honest with you, obviously that's
exhausting.
The true scope for a reason. But truth be told, she was onto something there. But and I think
with regards to
the whole submissive thing.
Okay.
That is 100% correct. Yeah, the Bible says it, and it used to be in the marriage vows until they took it out. But no, that was in there. You take this man to be, to submit to him, and I forget how it exactly went, but they took it out. But it was there because it's in the Bible. God created Eve as a helpmeet to Adam, and Adam was to have basically dominion over obviously everything, all the creatures and Eve and the children and stuff like that. And that's just the way it is set up biblically. So if you have an issue with that, which most modern day neoliberal feminists do, that's your issue. But by you trying to spew that nonsense to these other women to try to get them on board with you, we already see how the feminist train goes. Literally, you're on a train speeding, but you're running out of track. But y'all the only ones that don't see it, because there's no resolution for this neoliberal feminist wave. There's no resolution for them. All they're gonna do is, again, they're gonna buy that bottle of wine. They're gonna drink that shit. They're gonna write some pages, have a real author finish the book, and then they're gonna go on a circuit talking about how they don't need a man. But every night when they get home from that book signing, they're gonna go to the hotel room. They're gonna pop open that next bottle of wine. They're gonna take that antidepressant, and they're gonna use that dildo till the batteries die. So, basically, they're depressed and unfulfilled. Now, if you're a woman that wants substance in your life and you want fulfillment and you want the things that naturally on the inside that the fuck you want, contrary to what people are inundating you with, and when I say people, I mean these neoliberal feminists, then hey, yeah, you gotta do the right thing. And am I saying go out there and be a chihuahua to some man? No, not at all. But you have to understand the roles. We all have roles. All right. If I'm walking down the street with my wife and a dude pops out with a knife, you know what I'm saying? My role is to hop up, you know what I'm saying, and quell that shit with the quickness. My role ain't to fucking take her, put her in front and say, protect me. All right. Those are roles. And if anyone saw me do the latter, they'd be looking like, whoa, what the hell's going on here? And that goes for everybody. That goes for men and women. They would look at me like, well, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because that's natural. That's what is naturally supposed to be. You protect her. So how come, again, they're selective with what they want to accept. They'll accept that. Like, oh yeah, it's supposed to hold the door for me. He's supposed to hop out. If there's an active shooter, he's supposed to protect all the women and children. But okay, but he want me to be submissive to him? Okay. All right. So again, you're being selective, and it doesn't work like that. We hold up our end of the bargain. You have to hold up your end of the bargain.
No, you know what it is. And I think that goes right into a point that I definitely want to touch on is the burden of performance, right? I think we talk about this so much on this podcast. Is about the fact that fellas, as men, there is a burden of performance that you have to uphold to in order to create, the sort of the dichotomy or the bubble with which you want your household to be ran. Look, I'll be the first person to tell you there is a reason why, I definitely can take some heed into some of the things she's talking about, because I think that the reason why women like herself have a problem with guys that run a certain type of ship is because they're so used to dudes who are running around talking about, oh, I'm a leader, I'm a this, I'm a that, I got this going, I got that going, and they don't have enough Pokemon badges for those that like Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like they don't have enough Yu-Gi-Oh cards. They don't have enough, legendary what the fuck do they call them? Legendary Egyptian cards or whatever. You know what I'm saying? No, a lot, cards of Ra. You know what I mean? They didn't have enough to put together to be able to say, you know what, I am the ultimate supreme person in this dynamic. And because of that, a lot of women come out of those relationships and they look at men and they go, well, shit, like what do I need to be submissive for if I'm just going to get with a guy that has no plan, has no idea where he's going, has no idea where he's been, and has no absolute and has no sort of idea as to what the big picture looks like for his family, as far as how his ship wants to even be ran, right? Some guys can't even tell you like what they want in a woman, and as for regards to how he wants his woman to run the children of his family. Some guys can't even break that down for you. For instance, I've been on a date, right, and one of the big things I say on dates that I go on, right, is that if I'm again talking to somebody that I'm courting, is the health of my family, right? As a leader, I want to be with someone who takes considerable amounts of pride in sort of the dieting, the planning, as far as what goes in and out of, because again, I'm a bigger dude, but I want to raise a family of athletes, right? So because that's just how I was raised, right? So I want a family where I'm going to be able to look at my children and go, okay, well, these children and myself are being enriched with the best dietary plan as possible. So I don't want someone who's going to be looking at McDonald's every night and going, yeah, guys, let me go grab some Chinese food every single day. Like, no, I want a woman that sits back and goes, okay, hey, look, we had Chinese food on Monday, but no, for the next couple of days, we're gonna need to cut that shit out, and we're gonna need to go focus on. I bought some water. You know what I mean? I bought a couple cases of water. I'm thinking I wanted to try to put the children on some water enrichment, right, in order to get them going with more water intake. I'm going to look at that and go, you know what, that makes sense, right, and see how these two things work together, and then I will go, okay, you know what, let me go out there and I'm going to go finance that to ensure that we are in creating the best dutiful candidates for replication in the world around us. Mm-hmm. This is what, again, like if you do not have if you don't have any type of vision as to what you want your family to look like, you shouldn't be dealing with these guys. Fellas, if you don't have that, stop. And I tell you this now, I think many of my co-hosts talk about all the time. If you do not have an idea, if you're not dating with intention, right, or some sense of goal, of purpose, of what the heck you want, if you're not going to openly communicate that with these women, then you need to essentially focus on yourself, focus on your purpose. Okay, because this is what's happening. Now we have women that are coming up here who are fighting men who are actually putting work in on what are the terms and conditions of submission, and that to me is ludicrous. Mm-hmm. That is absolutely ludicrous. So when my co-host talks about, okay, hey, like now we get to pick and choose what types of things we want to. Okay, I want to be submissive here, but I want to be able to rule the kingdom here. Like no, sugar pie, honey bun. When you're dealing with a guy of value, right, and this goes back to the vetting process that we always talk about, you need to be able, when you find a winner, I'm talking about a winner, I'm not talking about a guy that you see potential in, that you're saying, oh, you know what, he's going to get there. He's going to get there in 5 years, 10 years. No. When you open up your caliber of men, right, to the types of dudes you're seeing, and you see a guy that is a winner, there is no negotiating. If you want to deal with a winner, you have to get on his program. Men, if you want to command a ship, you need to do the work to get anyone on your program, your children and your wife alike. There's no if, ands, or buts about it. Y'all can't be coming around, for my Pokemon lovers, you can't be coming around to women talking about, I need you to do this, this, and that, but you can't even get into the fucking, what do they used to call that shit? The champion shit at the end of the thing?
The Elite Four.
You can't even, you're not even good enough to walk into the Elite Four building, and you out here talking about, I need my woman to do this, this, and that. Stop it. Stop it. You're only hurting yourself and other men, around you.
Yeah, other males.
Sorry. Yes, other males around you. Oh God, it's frustrating, man. This shit is frustrating because it's like women like this who obviously have no stake in the game because she's, for lack of a better term, she's done. She's cooked. I'm sorry. Like she's gonna, whatever guy that ends up with her is going to have to. It's not going to be the guy that she wants. Inherently, it's not going to be the type of guy that she loves, admires, and desires. It's going to be some dude that essentially he ticks off maybe 4 or 5. She has a checklist of 20 things. He checks off maybe 15 of them, maybe 14 of them. You know what I mean? And she says, "Hey, you know what? The guy's good enough. My daughter likes him, or my son likes him. He understands. My baby father is 6'10". You know what I'm saying? And an NBA player. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. Yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But then women look at her and go like, you know what? She's an attractive girl. She could probably get any man she wants. Yeah, she's spitting. Why should I submit? No. Why? What's that? Remember that that priest where they had the meat? Why?
Yeah.
Why should I?
Yeah.
It's nuts, man.
Mike, I'm not here to bash women, but what I'm about to say might be misconstrued as bashing women. But it's just some. What happened? Oh,
I just want to cue it up, man.
Oh, okay. So, it's something that's very important that brothers keep in mind is that, like, for instance, we were talking about Brittany Renner, and before you're saying how attractive she is and shit like that, right? More than the overwhelming majority of these women are not comfortable with themselves. They leave the house without at least having a makeup on their face. So what should that tell you about them versus you every day? Mm-hmm. They can't leave the house. Not all, mm-hmm. But most will not leave won't be caught dead out that motherfucking house without half a pound of makeup on.
That's right.
So, brothers, you have to keep in mind when they're trying to talk to you like this in all seriousness and stuff like that. Like, look at Brittany Renner. She's in the car all made up and all that stuff. She wouldn't be saying that natural. Because a lot of these chicks don't even have natural beauty. Ooh. A lot of them don't because they don't know how to take care of themselves. They don't know how to take care of their bodies. It's true. They go out, they drink all damn time, they do drugs in the clubs, the long nights, you know what I'm saying? They pH levels is probably all fucked up, you know what I'm saying? Pussy probably smelling crazy. So no, you're not gonna age well. You're not gonna age like fine wine, all right? You're just not. You're gonna age like a bottle of OE, you know what I'm saying? Like like you know what I'm saying? Like not even a glass bottle, like a bottle. Y'all gonna age just like that, you know what I'm saying? But that's a message to both the fellas and the ladies. Like, yo, y'all chicks out there, y'all tell us stuff, y'all subscribing to what Brittany Renner's saying. But like I just said, if you know your shit, your pH levels is off. If you know you got a little what's that smell? If you know that you be out there living your life like you're golden, you know what I'm saying? And you're really not, and you know that you don't leave the house without all the makeup done. The eyelashes is good, and now you got to keep getting them done because you up your real eyelashes with these fake ones. You know what I'm saying? The list goes on and on and on and on and on. Y'all put up a front, and it's cool. It's cool. But don't get it twisted. Like, y'all do it to the point where y'all let yourselves be deceived by the mirror, the image that you're portraying to everyone else. So again, the message to brothers is don't let them fool you with that nonsense. Because again, if you want to take it a step further, when people say, "Oh, what is a woman? What is a woman?" Now that's a question nowadays. Because what is a woman? Someone that has a whole bunch of makeup on and fake eyelashes and wears heels? Because that's where that drag queen story arc comes into play now. You know what I'm saying? So if literally you built yourself on these superficial things, then what reaction do you expect when a shit hits the fan? You know, you're not built on substance. You're not built on the real value that's innate within you. That that the Bible says, and not to make this a Bible thumping session, but hey, if you want if you ask me a question, I'm going to give you an answer, and I'm not going to wave on that answer because it's going to be principled and it's going to be a moral answer according to my beliefs to the scriptures. So whether you agree or disagree, if I ask you the same question, you're probably going to give me a whimsical answer because your answer is not tied to anything.
Let me use that as a point, right? To say or to ask. So, in your view, then, what would you? Because I think that's something we can sort of provide to some value to the men on this. You know, what is, in your view, what does submissiveness look like to you?
Submissiveness looks like a woman. Well, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna put it as a wife who understands her role, understands her value as a wife, as obviously as a wife to a husband, right? Let's keep all that square, and then also as a mother, because a blessing, a child is a blessing. So to be submissive in that regard is to say, okay, hey, we all have our vocations, you know what I mean, that are just standard with, hey, being a man or being a woman or being a husband and being a wife. I have certain vocations, you know, when things break, I have to be prepared to fix it or at least finance that operation, right?
Right.
That's me. If something happens, like for instance, my wife handles a lot of the financials. You know what I mean? Because she's just more stringent when it comes to money, as opposed to myself. So again, it's going to be different based off the couple, right? There's going to be some men want to do things differently than I, and that's fine. But again, so submissive for me is also going to be subjective. In this personal experience I'm talking about. So yeah, my wife is submissive to me. Does that mean that I freaking come home and I beat the hell out of her? like no. No, I don't. I don't, and I won't. It's unnecessary. What the hell am I going to do that for? It doesn't mean that I come home and there's a hot plate of food waiting for me, and my slippers are right there. I just slide my feet into. Like no. That's not what that means either. It just means that understanding where and when it's time to take a seat. Because at the end of the day, a man's going to be a man, and the woman's understand that. And if she doesn't understand that, there's going to be clashing. There's going to be definitely some clashing, and then obviously you may have to train your wife. Like, whoa, hold on, like at the I don't know, let's say you went out to a bar. At the bar, that dude got kind of crazy, so I had to press him. I don't need you running up behind me. You know what I'm saying? Because if something happens, I don't need you getting caught with nothing. You know what I'm saying? So like, you got to kind of let me be, and stand up for me and for you. Like, yo, you're not gonna be disrespecting me or my wife like that. Period. That doesn't mean that I'm gonna have a freaking brawl with this dude in the middle of the bar. But it also means that sometimes you got to do what you got to do as a man, and the woman needs to understand. She needs to understand that she doesn't have to understand it. Because oftentimes I see women say, I don't understand. I just don't. Well, it's not up for you to understand. I don't understand a lot of shit about women, but I understand that I don't have to understand it all, and that you guys are just going to do what women do. You know, so I don't think it's being paid forward to us. You know, it's like, oh no, I'm gonna do what I want, and there's nothing you can do about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting how they'd like to phrase it as if like they're second class citizens and stuff like that. But a lot of these chicks in these relationships, they be the ones running the shit. You know, they be the ones running it.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. Optics don't matter to them. But yet they do. No, my question would be because I definitely connect with probably everything you're saying. I think my question to you would then be: does she need to be a wife in order to be submissive?
No, because well, the first person a woman's supposed to submit to is her father and the mother. So she should already know that from the beginning.
Okay.
So no, you don't have to be a wife to be submissive. I was speaking about it from that lens because I have a wife who is submissive. But yeah, no, you know you want to meet the potential wife of yours and have her already understand the role of a man, because hopefully she saw a man in her house and she saw the relationship between the man and the woman and how things went, and how the mother kind of was like, hey, okay, certain things, you know, we leave it up to him. You know, we leave it up to him. Do we have discussions? Yes, but at the end of the day, you know, not his decision is going to reign supreme, but he's steering the ship. You know, at the end of the day, and I had this conversation with my wife not that long ago. You know, like, because she said we were having an argument. Well, not really an argument. We don't really have arguments. We were having there was a misunderstanding, and she said, you know, we're a team. And I said, yeah, you're 100% right on that. We are a team, but you don't seem to understand that I'm the captain of the team. So yeah, we can have a team. We are a team, but I'm the captain. I am the captain of this team, and that's that. You know, and that's that. She was having I forget what was the genesis of the goddamn conversation. Yeah, but I do remember that part vividly, because I was like, no, you're correct. We are a team, but I'm the captain of this team. You know, like
I'm the captain now.
Yeah, it's not just like 50-50. Like, no, at the end of the day,
Lord.
You know what I mean? And it's like, I guess if you want to say 51-49, call it whatever the fuck you want to call it. But, you know, we can have discussions in certain things. Like, for instance, I heard you say something before about the children. The Bible actually says that the father is supposed to oversee the children, not in the home every day like the wife is customary to do, but the father is supposed to be the one to lay down the blueprint. Like, for instance, like when it comes to things with my son, you know, we can have a conversation about it. We can have the discussion, and you know, at the end of the day, if I'm not vibing with what she's saying, or she's not understanding what I'm saying, well, this is how we're gonna do it. Period. That's
you know.
And that's how it's gonna go.
No. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Was that it?
No, that's it.
Yeah. No, I agree fully. I mean, I think that is where, you know, I think a lot of people will push back if they do have issues on it, because I mean, they have this incessant need to create a power vacuum, right? Where in something that has worked. I literally had a conversation with someone where I was like, she tried to come to me and say, well, you know, the way you do things, you know, it could just be because you're used to, you know, a system that's really ran by, you know, that it's a Nigerian culture, which is, you know, very male dominated and everything and such. And I'm nodding along because I'm like, I agree. Yeah, it's absolutely male dominated. Yes. And then she was like, well, yeah. So, you know, you gotta, you know, there's just, you know, so I was like, okay, let's do this, right? Because you say you're a logical person, right? And you know, she gives me the nod, and I'm like, well, let's do this, right? As a logical person, would you would you take what's worked, right? What's gotten us here to the point where you could even sit here and say that you don't need a man, but you want a man, right? All the eons that have passed, right? All of the nice, beautiful things around us, the beautiful scenery, the buildings that we're watching out in the distance, the beautiful table that we're sitting at, the chairs that we're sitting at, the beautiful internet, the computers, the nice clothes that you're wearing, you know what I mean? The car that you're driving, right? All these beautiful conveniences that have come from the way that the system has been ran over the last 100,000 plus years, right? So I have that as my backing. Not to say that it's perfect, not to say that there's no room for improvement, but I have that backing me. 100,000 years of the human experience, right? That is how things have gone. You have 50 years of 50-50. And we have the highest divorce rates we've ever had in human history. We have the lowest birth rates we've ever had in human history. We have 80% of women initiating divorces. We have alimony being spewed out, right? So women are capitalizing on leaving out on no-fault divorces, right? Where you could literally walk into the room. You could literally walk into a room, and your wife could be just snoggle noggin. Sorry, your wife could be snoggle doggling on some man meat. And she could look you in your eye with the meat in her mouth and go, well, I want a divorce.
Yeah.
And continue doing what she's doing, back to the regularly scheduled program. And she could get a divorce with you and leave with half of your things if you're not prepared for the downfall, for the pitfall that my co-host is mentioning. These things, this is out here. So do I want to go on the 50-year program, or do I want to work off of 100,000 years of proven advancement in human history? And she looked at me, and the head went down. The head went down, and the smile on my face was wide, nice and wide, because I was just like, you know what? At the end of the day, y'all just need to stop the cap. All right, y'all don't want 50-50 relationships. You don't want it. You just want to be able to have something to go back to your girlfriends and say, we are a team. We do everything together. We make all decisions together. No, because she sees that your man is a man's man and a guy that holds frame. And what she wants to be able to have the ability to do is go to her girlfriends, for a lot of these women, and be able to say, oh, well, I'm able to get him to see my point of view and make him, do the things that I think are right and all this other stuff. You just want that little booster in your seat to feel like you're equal to your man, knowing full well that those types of men that you call yourself on par with are the same dudes that you let sit in the dustiness of your DMs on a consistent basis. You don't want those dudes. You do not want those men. You want men that carry themselves in a way that understand that my program is going to be our program. The Yellow Brick Road that I have created is going to be the one that we walk on. And it's either you can jump on the Yellow Brick Road, or you can with the rest of the flying orcans, all right, and run around the darkness outside of the Yellow Brick Road. Hey, look, you have all the choice in the world. But what submissive looks like to me is when you're on all fours, like I'm saying, barking like a dog. I'm just kidding. I am just kidding. We just got canceled. I'm just kidding. Barking like a dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, make sure it's a Yorkie. I like Yorkies, but I'm just kidding. I digress. But to be serious, I think that if you are submissiveness, and this is why I asked if you needed to be a wife to be submissive, because I think that what a lot of women get fucked up is they say, oh, well, no, I'm going to be submissive to my man. I'm going to be submissive to my husband. Mm-hmm. Well, guess what? If you do not carry yourself with the submissive feminine nature of a woman that is wifey material, you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it to the dance, okay? Because guess what? You don't go to a job, right, at a Fortune 500 company that has been doing its program, it's doing well, it's nice and shiny, it's got the beautiful amenities. You can go in there, you can go to the gym, you can got the LA Fitness downstairs, you could go ahead and take a beautiful elevator that's glass see-through, everybody loves it, and you see everything going well, advancement, and you see all that. You know it's a good catch of a job, and you say to yourself, well, I'm just gonna wait until they give me the benefits package. Until before I end up, submitting to this job and telling them, and showing them why I deserve to be an employee here. No, that's fucking ridiculous. That job will spit on your resume and rip it up before you can even say, hi, my name is. Okay, so this is the problem. You guys need to, men, and I'm speaking to the men, you need to walk around with a sense of discernment when you're looking at these women and they are coming into your aura, into your what. And I'm talking about the dudes that are actually doing shit. I'm not talking about you guys still on your path. You know what I'm saying? You're working at Walmart. You know what I'm saying? You're not anything against the Walmart job. I'm sure it's perfectly fine. But you're okay with coming home every day, bullshitting. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about the guys that are steadily always looking to advance, because y'all know what it is. If you understand that you have a plan, please stop choosing women. Stop choosing women that do not do the work to prove to you that they deserve to be a part of your future. This is a company. This is a Fortune 500 opportunity. This is how you need to see your future, your household, your environment. You need to see it like it is a well-oiled business that has tons of advancement and tons of growth potential, and already has a proven track record by way of how people talk to you, right? How your peers acknowledge you, right? Because women know when a man is someone not to be fucked with. Okay, because those are the same ones that always come back on the dates going, oh, do you talk to all your girls like that? do you use that game on everybody? They know. Women know. Okay, they have the social acuity. So men, when you're looking to create the bubble by which your family and foundation are set on, you must hold your counterparts to the fire. And women, a little bit of game for you guys, right? Just because, we this is a men's podcast, but from time to time I like to be, to hold a little bit of grace. Stop being conditionally submissive. It gets you nowhere. This whole, act like a dude. You're cursing every day. You're talking out your ass. You're acting unseemly, and you're thinking, the guy that I want's not around, so I could talk that I want. When the guy that I want comes around, I could act a different way. Newsflash, honey, that guy is probably already past you.
Yeah.
He has probably already said, "Oh shit." He was like, he heard you.
Yeah.
He heard you. And before you go running around talking about little dick energy, those are the same dudes that you come crying on TikTok about when they ghost you, they leave you on red. They kick you out of their apartment at 3 a.m. because they don't want to cuddle you, because they don't see you as that. You ain't on that type of time. This is why. Okay, because you guys think that you don't need to do the work up front to get the benefits in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
So I leave that that point on that.
That's a great point. That's a great point, and I hope that they digest that and don't get too outraged in the delivery. But I think that's a great point.
They get outraged at the delivery. I don't even know. I ain't call nobody no bitches, but you know what? They still probably could find a way. Oh, he's like, you said bitch in there somewhere. I know he. Ain't no way he said it with that much vigor. And he didn't call somebody, but he called me a bitch. I know he called. Some of y'all are going to take this away, the things that we say in this conversation, and you're going to find some way to say, oh, yeah, well, he's calling me a bitch. He's talking about me.
Yeah, he's talking about me.
He's talking about me, and I don't like it.
But, I mean,
personally, in my life, I don't act like that. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but the thing is, oftentimes, Mike, when you and I, we give these like fake scenarios. Like earlier, I was talking about, you're gonna write that book. Then you're gonna get a professional. You're gonna write 3 pages of a book about relationships, and then you're gonna get a professional to do the other 150, and then you're, we know people like that, Mike. And then again, they're gonna go out and they're gonna, come home and, pop those pills and drink that wine, and then
those antidepressants,
reinforce their lifestyle. And it's not me, it's everyone else. It's damn sure not me. And and again, so you're right. they're definitely going to be like, oh, he's talking about me, because I mean, I am. I'm talking about y'all. I'm literally talking to y'all when I say those things. And if the shoe fits, do something about it.
Put
and
it
if
on.
not,
Oh,
yeah, if you're not going to do nothing about it, then fucking
Lord,
keep your mouth shut.
you got the disrespect,
you know, and embrace it. You're gonna die alone. You're gonna die alone. No,
yo, winter is coming.
Yeah, you're gonna die alone. Instead of winter, you having one place to be at. You're gonna be coming in and out at nighttime, starting your car in the cold, going home. No, dead ass. Going home. You know
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
have the Game of Thrones music playing in the background and say winter is coming. You know what I'm saying? Like the intro song. That's what it's gonna be like for y'all. Y'all need to wake up.
Especially the chicks in our age group. It's like, come on, you still running in and out of people's house at 3 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. No offense to the brothers that's getting it, but like these women, look. I got this saying: never take a woman more serious than she takes her damn self. Period. And there's nothing serious about a girl leaving a dude's crib at 3 a.m. in the morning. At 3 a.m. Nothing serious about that.
Yeah.
And also to the Brittany Renner thing before we wrap this up, she's talking about I will openly object or what the hell, I forget how she worded it.
Overtly challenge.
Okay, so
yeah, I can't forget it.
So let me help you out, Ms. Renner, because it's not Mrs. So let me help you out. As a woman, you're supposed to. Well, as a man, this is what men want. And so, men, if a woman, and Brittany Renner, write this down. If a woman can't give you these three things, it's three things: a piece of steak, a piece of ass, and peace of mind. So that overtly challenging or whatever, no, that's not it. Because men want peace and tranquility. We want calmness, like a calm river, where it's like a goddamn mirror. And what you're doing is you're basically saying you want to bring in chaos. And you didn't even say, like, because you could have just said objection, hey, orderly objection, you could have said, and that would have been received better. But overt? Okay. So that means you're just going to do what you want when you want, regardless of the situation, regardless of facts, regardless of rationale. You're just going to do whatever
you're around.
Yeah, you're just going to do what you want when you want. So again, that is not peace of mind. So you can be given the other two, which I doubt she knows how to make a good steak. So you could be given one, but I said you need all three. That's what men want. That's what real men want. Men that want to go back and forth with women, they ain't men. All right? Because real men ain't going back and forth with women. It's like, this is my principle. Stance on this. This is the line that I'm not going to cross. And that's the line that you shouldn't cross either, if you know what's best for you. You know what I'm saying? You should not cross that line. Because if you do, there's going to be repercussions. You know what I'm saying? You want this, you're not going to get it. And I will ghost you faster than, you know what I'm saying? Faster than you can spell goes. I will be gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I left you on scene. And I don't mean on the cell phone scene. I mean, like, I literally saw you and I turned around and I left. You know what I'm saying? Like, dead the fuck.
Yeah, the misogyny for me. But no, I'm just like, no, but seriously, no, but this is, but you know what's even worse? You probably won't even get ghosted. What's going to happen is he's going to keep you on the rotation.
Oh, yeah.
And I shouldn't even be saying this.
Oh, it's true, though. It's true, though.
Yeah, I shouldn't be saying this because it might be happening to somebody.
If it's good, though. Only if it's good. If it's not good, then you're not in rotation.
Yeah, you're keeping them in the, oh, man, this is, oh, boy.
That's true. No, say it.
Nah, because you know what I'm saying?
Nah, like, real ones know. If you know, you know.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm gonna say. So and with that being said, hey, look, that's what I say the scariest thing for a lot of y'all that are still playing the Brittany Renner game, right? Is that what's gonna happen is that you're gonna meet a guy of value, you're gonna say to yourself, well, you know what? I think I should be able to overtly challenge him in every setting, no matter if we're at a soiree, we're at a dinner with his cohorts, with his co-workers, whether we're at home in front of his friends and whatnot. If he says something I don't agree with, I should be able to challenge him with the amount of fervor needed to demasculate him. Okay, cool. What's going to happen is that man is going to see this. He's going to go, that's how you feel. And guess what's going to happen? You're going to keep hitting him with the, well, what are we? And he's going to keep hitting you with the, you're cool. You know, I enjoy you. You're having a great time. You know what I'm saying? We're having fun. No?
Yeah, right.
Right?
Let's not ruin it.
Yeah. Yeah, let's keep the good times rolling. You're going to wonder. You're going to bash your head against the wall for the life of you, trying to figure out why he won't commit to you. It's because he has now taken you out of the relationship bucket, and he has now put you in the, for lack of a better way of utilizing it, the recreational use only bucket. Okay, and this is going to hurt a lot of you guys, because I'm sorry, there's going to be a lot of you guys that emulate with this, and you're either going to do one of two things. You're either going to challenge the men that are doing this to you currently because you know what's happening to you, or you're going to exit stage left, as you should, because that man is never going to commit to you, especially if you have no plans on changing your MO, which is to be insufferable. A lot of you women are insufferable. You think you're providing value to men, right, by way of your personality and your vibe and all this other shit. You're not. Yeah. Okay? You are absolutely not. Right? You're not as fun and as adoring as you think you are to be around, right? And men tolerate you. Right? And they will never tell you this, because guess what? Men love to fuck. So as a result, in order to get the fuck, they are not going to jeopardize the fuck by telling you about yourself, which they should, because it probably they probably shouldn't, because it would, too much to your detriment, you'll probably still walk around in delusion and think that you're a beacon of perfection, and call yourself a 10, and you tell yourself about how you got a PhD, and I got a PhD. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna do all that. That's great and fine, but when it all comes down to it, men cannot be honest with you guys, right? Because now you've taken words that we utilize: submission, compliance, understanding, coaching, teaching. You've taken all these words, and you have simplified them and rounded them down into bestiality in some regard, to the point where you've made it out for men to think that women that we procreate with, that we put our penises in, you have made it out to say that we are out dealing with beasts. Whoa, how did we get here? So look, if you want to be on this perpetual wheel of singleness, and going on girls trips, and and getting those wine nights, and getting your back blown out in Tulum, hey, look, by all means, I'm not going to judge you, but I mean, hey, look, I love heathens. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all are great to be around. You know what I'm saying? You get the job done. You know what I'm saying? But you're not getting the ring.
Well, because Mike,
right? So if you want to be like that,
they're in denial. They're in denial, man. Like, come on, let's be real. Like, before we wrap this up, let's just have this thought experiment, right? I'm in my early 30s, right? Obviously, I'm married. I've been married 2 years now, 3 years, going on 3 years. Yeah. So with that thank you. With that being said, say I wasn't married. Say I was out on the market, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say I went out tomorrow, and I'm scouting, looking. All right. Oh, okay. This chick, she looks really, really good. She's single. She's 35. She got her own place. No kids. Red flags. Red flags. I'm not saying that I'm not gonna go back to that place and make that shit clap, but I'm proceeding with caution. You know what I'm saying? I'm anticipating her to be a stage 5 clinger, and want me to stay over, and that ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? I'm sliding out because I got my own crib too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sliding out because I don't know. I don't know. And then but still, I'll play that by ear, and I guarantee you, there's gonna be issues. How do I know that? Because if there weren't issues, I wouldn't have met you where I met you when I met you.
Yo.
Yeah, man. So So the women are like in my age group, I gotta be cognizant of that. I'm trying to just give y'all some game real fast. Even though again this is a man's channel, but I do know we get some female viewership, and y'all need to. I probably have the little memo pads writing this stuff down, so it's good. You have to understand that that's what you're working against. Because again, and not all dudes are gonna have that mindset like me. You know what I'm saying? But that's how y'all be getting in these relationships. Y'all be posting pictures on Facebook and IG, and then in 6 months y'all break up, and now you looking worse. You're looking pathetic, to be honest with you. And again, in the back of my mind, think about it. You're 35. I'm in my early 30s. I meet you at a bar or a club, whatever, and I think I'm the only guy in these 35 years that you fucking brought home. No, this ain't your first rodeo. So what I'm saying is correct. Your body count is high. Okay, a lot of y'all got very, very high body counts, and you should be ashamed of yourself, to be honest with you. But that whole women's liberation movement got you feeling some type of way. You know what I'm saying? And no, that ain't it. To be honest with you, it's really not it. And again, that's another reason why some dudes will just keep you in a stable. And you could be a reformed hoe. You know what I'm saying? But nah, we not stupid. Because that means you got 35 years of dicks up in you. You know what I'm saying? Period, point blank. And ain't nobody going for that. Especially if you bad. You know what I'm saying? It actually doesn't even matter, because you can be bad and you can be ugly. Because even if you're ugly, I know you was out there just settling. And if you was bad, then you was out there acting real crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically a lose-lose.
But you know what it is? You know what I'll say is because, as someone who's been on the dating market, I'm actually in the field right now. You know what I'm saying? Going through doing the Lord's work. You know what I'm saying? Like I would say that I give a little bit of leeway depending on mentality, right? And how we got here, right? Because I agree with you. I absolutely agree. Because the problem is that a lot of these women that are in that bracket that my co-hosts are mentioning, there is no accountability whatsoever. I asked a very important question. What is one thing you did wrong in a relationship, right? Because supposedly this man was somebody that you love, admire, and respect, and all this and all that. You went through that. You went that, which is another red flag, right? If you were in some traumatic experience with a dude that you quote unquote loved with all of your heart, well, that doesn't really set up for me to be, trying to be the guy that's, repairing the broken innards. Okay, so I say this I asked this question for a reason. Right, and I would say 90% of the time when I have this question, and don't be trying to ask me about how many girls I'm messing with. We're not doing that, okay? Because so I'm a man of the cloth, okay? So I basically I go home, I go to work, and I do what I need to do. That's neither here nor there. But what I will say is that when I ask that question, I always get some type of deflection in some regard, and it's usually by women that are in their mid-30s. When you think that they would be thinking about, okay, you know what? How can I take accountability here? How can I showcase to this man that while I've been no, there is none of that. There's always this. Oh well, I'm this. I did this and that for him. I was a valuable this, and and because of that, I just don't think he deserved. I'm just like, okay, well, that's one for what he did wrong. Okay, well, what did you do wrong now? Oh, that was what I did wrong. I mean, that was what I did wrong. I let him do those things to me. What the?
Nope.
What the fuck?
You let them tell it. Tell it. They did nothing wrong ever. They're the perfect freaking woman.
And that is when you get. That's when you get thrown in the recreational use only bucket. You get your cheeks blown out. You go. There's no. Oh, hey, you wanna lay down? You wanna? No. There's I got work early. Got work early. You know what I'm saying? So you want me to take you back or? You want to like that. That's the destination waiting for you, right? So when a lot of you guys are trying to you're wondering why guys of value are not. They're coming to your doorstep, but only looking for one thing. It's because the damage that you say you've repaired and the healing that you've done, the crystals that you're worshiping, they're not doing anything because your mindset is still that of a 25-year-old, a 21-year-old. You're still running around blaming everything, all of your bad actions, all of your bad discernment, all of your bad. Like there is no taking it on the chin and going, yeah, I literally took a chance on a loser, and the loser won. Like there's none of that.
Yeah, but women don't start to do that until they get older, like
until
closer to 50.
Until they're over the hill. Yeah, no, I'm aware of it. But that's why they end up in that bucket. because we see it. We can see it. We literally see their destination, what's waiting for you, and it's over that big hill by Avenel Middle School. You know what I'm saying? That you see it. You can see everything. You can see all of the future and the hopes and the non-existent dreams that exist for this individual. And you go, that is a barren wasteland that I just don't want. Like, I'm good. But hey, we're at the top of the hill, so I need to how about I get your cheeks before you go down? That is how men view case women that are running around, and sorry to say, you are damaged. Your heart is damaged. Yeah, Danny the Cannon's finest. You're walking around like that, acting like you're healed when you're not. And we sniff that shit like guys that are good with women sniff that shit out. We listen to your tone. We listen to the way you talk about your exes, and we know you are not there.
No,
and there is no way you're coming on my program, right, with this defiant attitude of, oh well, you know, I dealt with this before. And no, you haven't dealt with this before. You never had stability in your life, and when you did have stability, you called it boring.
Yeah.
So when I hear women talk about, oh, I was bored, you know, I didn't. Oh, recreational use only.
Oh yeah.
Because usually, to me, when you say you were bored, that means that the guy was actually doing what he was supposed to do, which was not probably fuck around on you, which is one of the biggest things that you guys complain about.
Yeah.
And yet you were bored.
Yeah.
So you left.
Yep.
And with that, my knowledge slaps are done for tonight.
Yeah. But it's funny you call it a different thing than I call it. I call it his wife material, and then his concubine. You say I forget what you said, but I mean,
this guy said a concubine, man. Yeah, I know you. Yeah, no, hey, I don't disagree, man.
True.
That shit was funny when you first said at the beginning of the pod. I was like, oh man. Yeah, no, I heard somebody use recreational use only, and I was just like, man, there ain't no other way to slice it.
Yeah, it's called.
I began to sweat. I began to sweat. You know what I'm saying? I began to work out. You know, I began sore. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's the major. You just think it's crazy, but that's the major thing though, a lot for these brothers, man. You know, like they got to be able to identify.
Oh shit!
A concubine and a wife material. You know, but I think a lot of these dudes, because there's a lot of good brothers that get caught up in that nonsense because they can't draw the distinction between. You know, so basically, you know, like Mike said,
have you done a nice guys finish last episode?
I don't think so. We did a guys and girls can't be friends episode. Which it kind of intertwines, but not close enough.
We need to. No, I think we need to have one where we shape some motherfuckers up. I'm gonna find some clips. Yeah, I'm gonna find some clips.
Perfect. That'd be good.
I'm gonna find some clips. Yeah, let's do one on. Oh, look at that, guys! We just manifested a new episode. Yeah. Nice guys. Yeah, let's do that one.
Yeah, they do finish.
Are you a good man? Or are you a nice man?
Yeah, right.
Which one do you want to be? Well, we'll talk about that next time
on Dragon Ball Z
on M.A.S Media Z. But sorry, no, I didn't mean to cut you off. What were you saying?
No, man, I'm good, man. I think we hit the home run on this one. So
yeah, I think this is going to be a beautiful episode. We probably won't get the female viewership that we need because they see their savior, Brittany Renner, on the screen, right? Because she will probably be in the thumbnail, guys. Because you know, at the end of the day, we're running a business here, and you know what I'm saying? We gotta get this out to the heathens. But to the men out there, right? My last words before we sign off are just, hey, look, you know, submissiveness is not something you should look at as, you know, something to a chore, you know, that you should negotiate as part of your wants and needs. Okay? Because any good man with any good standing knows that in order to run your ship effectively, you can't have two people holding the fucking rudder or whatever that shit's called. The mast of the ship. You cannot, right? Because what's going to happen? One person's going to be tugging it one way, another person's going to be tugging it another way, and at the end of the day, when that shit breaks and you're heading off the cliff, guess what's going to happen? That is the end of your life, which is a little more drastic. It's the end of your relationship. All right? So please stop negotiating with these terrorists. Okay? They're only looking for mass destruction. If you allow them to waddle you down that road, it is nothing but mass anxiety in your wake. Okay? So control your rudder, control your mast, and you will find, right? You may not get the perfect person, but you will get a stable. You will get a stable, a bubble or a modicum of tranquility to which you can then build your empire or continue to build the empire that you have put together around.
Facts.
All right. So with that being said, please, guys, like, comment, share, and subscribe. All right,
Yes.
we have multiple channels out on the network. Because I'm speaking, so I'll just go ahead and throw mine out there. I have my Qfusion Reacts, guys. I am at 2 subs right now. I don't even know if that's me. I have to check if I even sub to my own channel. But with that being said, right, guys, this is, we got more than enough love here at the network for all of you, right? So I have to share an episode myself, put an episode out. But yes, I have the Qfusion Reacts. We also have our Instagram at M.A.S Media. I think it's M.A.S_Media 615.
Yes.
Right. Go ahead and follow that. Take a look at that. We're gonna makeshift the page a bit just to make it a little bit more. We're gonna figure that out just that way we get you guys. You know what I'm saying? You guys can see a little bit of what goes on behind the scenes, and then I'll let my co-host speak on his platform.
Yeah, awesome. So yeah, definitely. Please go subscribe to Qfusion Reacts. Is that Qfusion straight or is that Qfusion with underscore? Mike,
For which one?
for your page, Qfusion Reacts.
No, it's just a Q without a. Oh, sure, I probably should spell it correctly for them. This is awkward. It's Q, just the letter Q. Fusion Reacts.
Got it.
No underscores.
I heard them. Check it out. Go subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? So I definitely want to give a shout out. It's free. It don't cost you nothing. So and plus, we giving out this hot fire as they call it. So again, we do appreciate all the love and support. Y'all already know what time it is. Dubble A.Heff here. The True Scope is popping. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, definitely do that. I just checked last week. I have 215 videos on that page.
Woo!
215 home runs on that page. So if you're a brother and you're going through some shit, there's a video on there for you, guaranteed. If you're a woman and you're going through some shit and you want to understand some stuff better, guaranteed there's a video on there for you. Even if you're white, black, anything in between. Obviously, my channel is geared towards black men, but obviously, I'm not, strict about who the hell watches it. I'm not the police. I'm not going to police the goddamn channel. You want to watch it, you can watch it. Knock yourself out. And again, you can get something edifying from it. So, but I digress. Obviously, Dubble A.Heff, as you see the name on the bottom left-hand corner, that's the name of my YouTube channel, and the show is called The True Scope, where I give you guys not my truth, not her truth, but the truth. Based on my perspective. All right. So please, I'm trying to reach 300 subscribers by the end of July. Please, if you haven't already subscribe it. If you have already, share them videos. Share them. Thank you.
That's right. Do it. We're going to do this to your mom.
Yes. That will be your mother. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
That will be your mother.
Sorry. Don't take us down, you two. I apologize. I am so sorry.
Yeah,
all right, y'all. Thank you guys thank you to my co-host for an amazing episode. Thank you guys or whoever chooses to tune in and get this word of goodness that we've laid on these airwaves. And I look forward to shooting our next episode. And with that being said, peace out.
Peace.
Are you sure about that?